Oh, hello there. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope you're feeling happy today because we are here together. Isn't it strange? So for those who don't know what this is, my name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. I talk about lots of different things as well, right here on YouTube. So now I'm going to see if we have the live stream. Ooh, isn't it exciting? I never know if this is going to work. By the way, if you notice, look, it is now 5 minutes past 2 o'clock. And yes, we are live, by the way. Live on YouTube, and let's see what's going on the live chat, shall we? Oh, it's very busy already. Nice to see you here today. Yes, we are live from England, and as you can see, I'm outside. I've decided to risk it. Take a risk. I've decided to push the boat out. Oh, I like that expression. So push the boat out is an expression we use in English. It means you do something daring. You decide to do something that might be a little risky, or maybe something you haven't tried before. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm outside. It was raining just a few moments ago. It was absolutely throwing it down with rain a few moments ago. But now, fortunately, everything is all right. It's rather calm. The birds are singing. And everything is okay. So, unless you haven't been looking at the news for the past few days, you may not know that we are now approaching a very special moment of time here in the UK. Well, here in England. So there is something I have to point out. When I say England, I mean England, the country, separate from the United Kingdom, which of course is the group of countries, including Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and here in England. So from tomorrow, we are having a very strange feeling of déjà vu. We are once more going into lockdown for 4 weeks until around the 2nd of December. Even though some people are now saying it might be longer than that. Please, no. I'm wondering now if people are taking bets on whether or not we will be in lockdown at Christmas. Wouldn't that be weird if we were still in lockdown at Christmas? Wouldn't that be very strange indeed? Hello to the live chat. I should say hello to you all. Hello, Vitas. Guess what, Vitas? You are first on today's live chat. Ooh. Hooray. We don't have any applause because I'm not in the studio. But hello, Vitas, Beatrice, Lookman, also Benjaloon. Hello, Benjaloon. Where are you watching at the moment? Nice to see you here. Tran, I believe you are watching in Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. Abdul, Christina Sajor, nice to see you here as well. I will try to say hello to as many people as possible. Don't forget, if I don't say hello to you, please don't complain, but I will try my best to say hello to as many people as possible. I will try my best. So earlier, can I just tell you about my rather hectic morning? Earlier, I set up all of my equipment in the garden, and it took me a very long time to do it. And the reason why I decided to come outside today is because last night the weather forecast for today was lovely. It said it's going to be nice, still, a little cloudy maybe, but there will be no rain. How wrong they were. About an hour ago it started raining, so I had to grab all of my equipment. I had to build my gazebo very quickly. and put all of my equipment under the gazebo to protect it from the rain. Can you believe that? So yes, I've had a very busy morning, so already I feel tired, to be honest with you, and I haven't even started today's live stream. Hello also to Olga Florence. Hello Florence, nice to see you here as well. You might hear the birds. There is a robin just above my head singing. Hello also to Anuwat. Hello to you, Anuwat Sudarak. Hello to you. It's your first time. Hello to you. Welcome. My name is Duncan. I talk about English. Sometimes I do some very strange things on YouTube. I am not a big famous YouTuber, I must say. Even though I've been on here now for over 14 years, I am not one of the big stars on YouTube. I don't know why. I have no idea. Maybe you know. Hello Grace. Grace Chin Palmyra is here. Nice to see you as well. Yes, it's a lovely surprise. Even I feel surprised to be here, to be honest with you. So I'm all prepared as lockdown begins in just under 10 hours. England will be going once more into lockdown for around about 28 days. Some people think it might be longer, so I'm all prepared. I have my toilet paper, although I'm not sure if this is enough, to be honest with you. I might need a little bit more toilet paper than this, if I was completely honest. I have my eggs, so I will not go short of my protein. So I have some eggs here. Also, I have my milk to keep me going during lockdown. So all of my supplies, I've already got them, you see. I've already got my supplies. And of course, the most important thing of all, I have my baked beans. So I can enjoy my baked beans during lockdown. And before you ask, yes, I have some bread as well. I have a good supply of bread, no problem. Hello to the live chatters once more. Yes, nice to see you here. If you remember, earlier this year, I actually did a special series of Strange Times live streams as a way of commemorating or celebrating the very strange time we were living in. And I thought today we would do it again before we go back into lockdown. Hello also to Valentina, Sweetness, Vitas. We also have... Oh, hello Partap. Is it your birthday again today? Happy birthday to Partap. Apparently, every day is Partap's birthday. It's true. What is going on here? There is someone lurking. There is someone lurking behind me. Who can it be? Oh my goodness. Now, Mr. Steve, aren't you supposed to be working?
Yes, but I'm taking a break.
Oh, I see. So this is Mr. Steve's lunch hour. So just in case Mr. Steve's boss is watching at the moment... Don't panic. Steve is working.
Lunch break.
Steve is working. He's working very hard in his office. I can hear his fingers typing on the keyboard in his office.
I have been working very hard.
You have.
But I've just taken some exercise during my break, and I'm now going inside to make myself some lunch, and then I'm going back upstairs to carry on working.
I thought the weather was going to be nice today because they promised nice weather, but it was raining and I really panicked. I had to cover all of my sensitive equipment.
You did.
I had to cover it.
I'm going to say ta-ta.
Okay then, Steve.
And I'll see you all on Sunday.
Oh, okay then, Steve.
Good luck with the rest of your live stream.
That was a very quick visit.
I know, because, in case someone's watching from work.
Yes. Steve is now going to have his lunch, and then I can promise you Steve will now then be going back to work.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was a nice surprise. What a surprise. I wasn't expecting to see Mr. Steve. Bye, Steve. Bye. I wasn't expecting to see Steve then. That was a big surprise, I must admit. Oh, apparently today Partap doesn't have a birthday. That is very good to hear. I'm very pleased to hear that. Hello to Florence, who says, it's nice to see Mr. Steve. Well, it is nice to see him. But imagine seeing Mr. Steve all the time. Can you imagine what it must be like having Mr. Steve around you all the time? Valentina, what a surprise. Both of you are here today. Well, I'm here. Mr. Steve is not here because he's actually working. I don't know why he came to say hello, but just in case Steve's bosses are watching, don't worry. Steve is working. Hello, Beatrice. Hello also to Morella. Hello, Morella. Nice to see you here today. I did put my notification on YouTube to tell you that I was on live today, but it would appear that most people haven't received it. Once again, I don't know what the problem is with YouTube, but it would appear that a lot of people don't get my notifications. A good piece of advice would be, maybe, perhaps, you should turn your notifications on, because a lot of people who use YouTube don't activate their notifications. So when my live streams are coming up, you won't find out that they are happening. Hello, Phyllis. Phyllis Romero. Hello to you. Yes, unfortunately, Steve had to go because he's actually working today. A lot of people from tomorrow will be working from home as lockdown begins once more here in England. What about where you are? Are you having lockdown? Are you having any strange things happening where you are concerning coronavirus? A lot of people now are preparing here in England to go back into lockdown. The only things that are going to stay open are the schools and universities. So some people think that this is a bad idea, whilst others think it is a good idea. So that is what is happening. Hello also to Fabio. Good afternoon. This is Fabio in Pisa. A big hello to Italy. Nice to see you here today. Thank you also to Florence Yvonne Robasser. I did receive my notification. Oh, that's good. I'm pleased to hear that some people are receiving their notifications. So now I'm expecting people to slowly join me on the live stream today. For those wondering, yes, I am live from England at the moment. As live can be. Normally I'm with you on Sunday. Normally I am with you on Sunday from 2 p.m. Valentina. Also we have Florence, who says, here in Geneva we are in partial lockdown. Well, that's a very interesting situation to find yourself in, to be in partial lockdown. So not complete lockdown, partial lockdown. So I suppose here, I would say here in England we are now we are approaching about 80, maybe 85% lockdown. So some things will remain open, such as supermarkets, so people are still able to buy their food and their toilet paper, so they don't have to worry about buying things like this, because many of the big supermarkets will be staying open. So that's quite good. Hello to Olga. Oh, apparently where Olga lives, there is only the rule to wear masks. Yes, well, if you go into a shop or a busy place here in England, you have to wear your face mask anyway. By the way, one of the beautiful things about living in the countryside is quite often you believe that you are safe from all of the dangers from the outside world. However, last weekend it was announced that there are some cases of COVID here in Much Wenlock. So one of the local shops in Much Wenlock, some of the staff, some of the people working there as assistants have tested positive for coronavirus. So that is one thing that has happened here in Much Wenlock. It is now official. There are cases of coronavirus. People have tested positive for COVID right here in Much Wenlock. And even more worrying, it is actually one of the shops where I go to sometimes to buy my shopping, to buy my groceries. So I'm a little bit worried about that, to be honest. I feel all right. I feel okay. No temperature. I'm not coughing. So I think I'll be all right. No chest pains, nothing like that. I can taste my food 100%. I can smell all of the beautiful aromas from here in the countryside. Phyllis Romero says, I am watching you in the office. Oh, I see. So you are still actually going to work. If you can work from home, you are now required to stay at home. That is what is going to happen here in England from tomorrow. So for those who are wondering what is going on here in England as far as coronavirus is concerned, the lockdown once more will begin tomorrow. So from midnight tonight, all of the restaurants, bars, anywhere that is classed as non-essential. So when we say non-essential, something that you can actually do without. You don't actually need it completely. So something that is non-essential, something that is not necessarily needed. And that's the reason why the supermarkets and shops are remaining open. But everything else has to close. Gyms, swimming pools, recreation centres, restaurants, pubs. So many businesses are now going to be affected again for the second time. And I suppose it's worth mentioning that at this time of year, especially leading up to the Christmas period, for most retailers, for most people who have a shop, it's the busiest time of the year. Hello, Merman. Hello, Merman from Russia. Mr. Duncan, the colour of your cap says it looks like you are wearing a MAGA cap. No, I'm not. No, this is definitely an Adidas cap. I thought some people might become a little bit confused by that. But no, this cap is my red cap. And the reason why I'm wearing it is because it matches my shirt, you see? That's the reason why. No other reason. Talking of which, I suppose I should mention the American elections, the USA elections. They are still counting many of the votes, and it looks as if it's very close. It's too close to call at the moment. So it would appear that the votes are actually very close at the moment. So it will be interesting to see what happens over the next 24 or 48 hours as the results are counted, the votes are tallied, and then we find out who will be the next president of the United States. Of course, here in England we have a prime minister. So we don't have a president here. We have a prime minister. So our government, the most senior of our government officials, is the prime minister, who happens to be Boris Johnson. So who will get in? Who will be the new president of the USA? A lot of people aren't bothered. Some people really do care about it. I suppose people living in the United States, they are rather concerned with it. I think so. Apparently in Italy there is going to be a very light lockdown. Not complete, just light lockdown. Hello to Win Min. Hello, Myanmar is here as well. Hello, Myanmar. Nice to see you here on the live stream today. We have people joining now. Nice to see you all here today. Live from England as we count down towards the second lockdown here in England. Some countries, such as Australia now have gone into lockdown again. I believe Germany and I think France as well. Besides all the other things going on at the moment in France, they also have many serious situations taking place there, besides coronavirus. Hello also to Gulbin. Hello also to Gia Roy, who asks, what does light lockdown mean? Well, I suppose if you have light lockdown, it means people are still allowed to move around. So maybe some of the restrictions, such as bars and restaurants closing early. So that is one of the things we were doing here in England for the past 2 weeks. But then we realised that things were slightly more serious than we'd realised. So now we are going into full lockdown. So when we say light lockdown, it means people can still move around. They have some freedom. Hello, Haklau. Hello, Haklau. Nice to see you here today. I wasn't sure if I was going to be with you today. I wasn't really sure if I was going to come on or not. But then I realised that the weather was going to be quite nice today. We had a lot of violent storms yesterday and also the day before. Some very violent storms taking place here in England. So I'm rather relieved to see that the weather is a little nicer today, even though we had some rain a few moments ago. Here's an interesting magazine that I picked up the other day. This is the local magazine for this area. It's called What's What. So it gives you all the information of what is going on, events, special events, maybe festivals, things that are happening around the Shropshire area. I must admit, I can't believe that this magazine has so many features inside, because I would have thought that there wasn't much actually going on around this area. I thought maybe because of the current situation that not much is actually going on. But look at this. There are so many things happening. Look at all the events, all the things going on. And there is even a rather nice, look at that, can you see that? There is a recipe for spiced cottage pie. Don't let Steve see that, or else he will be in the kitchen making it. So look at that, a lovely recipe there for something called Keener spiced cottage pie. That looks quite nice. And also another one, haggis Scotch eggs. Have you ever tried a Scotch egg? It is an egg surrounded by meat, so they cover the egg with meat. And sometimes they can be spicy, sometimes they can be savoury. Have you ever tried a Scotch egg? Oh, hello. In Italy, apparently in Italy, there is going to be localised lockdown. Yes, that is a good expression to use. You are correct there. Localised lockdown means that there will be lockdown in one particular area. And that is what was happening here in England and also across the UK. Certain areas were going into lockdown for a short period of time. So yes, it was happening. It was actually going on. Hello also to Adam Malar. Hello from Chad, here in Africa. Everything is locked down only in the evening and at night. Yes, this is something many places have been doing. They've actually been closing their restaurants and bars at an earlier time to send people home. Some people said that that's a crazy idea. Other people think it's a good idea to keep people off the streets. Hello, Rose Silver. Mr. Duncan, you are the best teacher in the world. Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. I know there are many other English teachers here on YouTube. Maybe some of them are much better than me. Who knows? Ah, Florence has been influenced by Mr. Steve. Very interesting. I cooked some scones because of Mr. Steve, and they were so good. Florence, did you save one of your scones for me? Can I just say, Mr. Steve's cheese scones that he made especially for me were absolutely delicious. So I'm now trying to convince him to make some more next weekend. So I'm hoping that there will be some more scones. Scones. A traditional English cake. It is a kind of savoury cake. Very nice. A lot of people have their scone in the afternoon with a cup of tea. Hello, Partap again. Have you ever been to Africa? I've never been to Africa. I've been near Africa. I've been close to Africa. But I've never been to the actual continent itself. Hello also. The magazine looks very beautiful. It has a very elegant layout. Yes, this is the magazine that is published, I think normally every 2 months. So every 2 months there is a new magazine that comes out, and it gives you all the information about what is happening in the local area. Although I think they're being very optimistic by having one of these. It's very optimistic to actually tell people about what's happening in this area as we are about to go into lockdown. So there's lots of things happening. Let's have a look, shall we, what's happening in this area. Anything special? Ooh, there's a wasp. Ooh, I'm being attacked by a wasp. Did you see that? I was just attacked by a wasp. So there are a lot of stories in this magazine about people's businesses, which I think is a very good idea. So it is a way of publicising local businesses as well. So this is not just about things that are happening, like events. It also gives people a chance to show their actual businesses. Can you see that? Quite a good magazine. They normally have some very nice photographs in this magazine. Oh, I suppose another thing to mention is coming up soon we have Poppy Day. So very soon we have Remembrance Sunday, which happens in a few days from now. So every year people will wear poppies on their clothing as a way of commemorating those who died in previous wars. So that is something else that's happening here in the UK over the next few days. November is often a very busy month. There are normally lots of festivities, lots of celebrations taking place, including tomorrow. So normally tomorrow lots of people would be celebrating Guy Fawkes Night. They would all be meeting together, grouping together, watching fireworks and enjoying the bonfire. But tomorrow, nothing. None of that is happening this year. Gubin asks, how do I spell colour? Well, there are 2 ways of spelling colour. It depends if you are using British English or American English. So in American English, the letter U is missing. It isn't there. But in British English, the spelling of the word colour has the U. It is in the word. I hope that answers your question. The weather is okay here, even though we keep having rain. So it does keep raining from time to time, unfortunately. You might notice something strange about the camera today. I'm using a different camera for the first time on my live streams. I'm actually using a different camera. So if things do look slightly different, that is the reason why. Just in case the temperature drops, because this morning we had frost on the ground. It was frosty. So everything behind me was actually white with frost. It was freezing this morning, but I don't have to worry because I have my coffee. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I was in the garden doing my live stream and it was very cold and I actually had my flask of coffee. So that's what I'm doing again today. I've got my coffee on standby just in case, to make sure that I don't get too cold. Hello to... Oh, hello, Unicorina. Hello, Unicorina. I feel as if it's been a long time since I've seen you. I haven't seen you here for a while. I might try to put this right. Let me just try to put that right on my screen. Okay, let's see if that's better. That might be a little better. Yes, I think that's better now. Yes. I noticed that the camera kept going out of focus, but I think that's much better now. Oh, that's better, yes. I think that's working a little bit better now. Do you think that lockdown should have come earlier in England? Hello, Matt Lindell. Nice to see you here today. Thank you for joining me on this very unusual live stream. Yes, we are approaching strange times again here in England. Tomorrow we begin our second lockdown. Can you believe it? I certainly can. I wonder if there are any captions today. Do we have any captions? No? No, it looks as if we still have no captions on the live stream, for which I apologise. I'm going to actually get in touch with YouTube and I'm going to ask them, would it be possible to have some captions on my live stream like I used to? Terrible. So some people think that here in England we should have actually had a more strict and earlier lockdown. So some people believe that we should have started the lockdown way back in maybe February, when other countries were starting to get concerned. But we didn't bother, you see. We did it much later. We did it during the springtime. Hello to Lolly Lolly. Oh, Lolly Lolly. Hello to you. Lolly Lolly. Always jolly. It's always nice to see you. Sophie Barber asks, is it easy to get your coronavirus test? They are allowing people to take their tests. However, they've just introduced a new testing system that you can actually buy if you are in a hurry. The only problem is it's very expensive. So some people are being tested. I think at the moment, people who are working on the front line, so maybe if you are a doctor or a nurse, maybe you work in a place where you come into contact with lots of people. So I think they are being tested. But I think the average person still has to wait. There is still a lot of people waiting to be tested. But if you do want a quick test, you can actually buy one. But it is rather expensive. I think it's over £200 if you want to buy a COVID test. Anna Kobe says, Mr. Duncan, there are no captions. I know. I don't know why there are no captions. By the way, it's raining again. Another person I'm going to complain to is the weather forecast. The man who told me last night on the television that there was going to be no rain today. I've got news for you. It is definitely raining at the moment. We are definitely having rain today. Abdul Wahid, has snow started to fall yet? No, not yet. It's still a little bit early. We don't normally get snow during November. However, during December, January, February, perhaps even March or even April, you can have snow. But at the moment, there are no forecasts for snow. At the moment, no forecast for snow. Lots of rain, as you can see. Lots of rain, but no snow at the moment. Florence says, I have captions, Mr. Duncan. Really? How? How have you got captions? I'm a little bit jealous, to be honest. How did you get your captions? Strange. Hello, Erin. It's always rainy. Do you mean here? Yes, I suppose so. Well, during the autumn months, you can have some rain. It can be very rainy because of the warm and cold temperatures. So when the temperature goes up and then goes back down, or is very low and then goes up, you can get a lot of moisture in the air. It's nice to see you return here, says Palmyra. Well, I haven't really been away. I haven't been away anywhere. I've been here all the time. Your beard really does suit you. Oh, thank you very much. I'm not sure. I might actually get rid of it. I might actually shave it off. So I'm not sure at the moment. I haven't decided. Mr. Steve does not like my beard. He doesn't like it. He says, it makes you look so old. Hello also, Zed Trouse. If you feel ill, can you still go to the hospital, or does the doctor come to your home? No, you can still go to the hospital. The hospitals are still open, so if you are feeling unwell, you can go to the hospital, or you can make an appointment with your doctor. So it is possible to have doctor's appointments and hospital appointments as well. In fact, last week, I was at the doctor's last week, and then I went to the hospital at the end of last week. As I told you last Sunday, I was talking all about my adventures at the hospital last week. I had something quite unpleasant done to me last week at the hospital. If you want to find out what it was, you can watch my live stream from last Sunday, because I was talking all about it. Und infinito. I like that. Infinito. It means forever. So something that is infinite goes on forever and ever and ever. It never stops. I don't know how I looked at the subtitles. I tried to push it and it was okay. Oh, I see. I don't know why you're getting captions, because, to be honest with you, I'm not getting any captions on my live stream. So if you are having captions, congratulations. That's all I can say about that. Yeah. Hello also, we have Rosalind. Rosalind McConnell is here. Hello to you, nice to see you here today. Yes, it is a surprise live stream. I wasn't sure if to come on. I wasn't sure if I should actually come on today, but I thought, no, because tomorrow, have you heard the news? Here in England, we are going once more into lockdown. It's true. So I might do some special live streams during this crazy period of time. And of course, I will also be doing my usual live stream on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. Yes. Alex. Hello, Alex. Alex Arutunivov. Arutunivov. Arutuinov. Is that okay? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Alex Arutunivov. I'm very sorry about that. The beautiful view you have on your background. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm in the garden at the moment. I've decided to take a risk today. Valentine says your beard gives you an intriguing style. Are you sure I don't look like a tramp sleeping in the street? I think maybe I do. I'm not sure. It certainly does make me look older because it's white, you see. I'm not sure if I like to have a white beard. I might actually get some colouring, because a lot of men do that, you see. When men get older, sometimes their hair will go white or their beard will start to go white. So a lot of men will actually buy some special colouring to make their beard darker. So I might do that. I'm not sure at the moment. We will see. I will give you a big surprise on Sunday. So I suppose the question is, will I still have my beard next Sunday? Or will it be dark? Mr. Duncan, may the force be with you. You look like you look like Mark Hamill with the beard. Really? Okay. Thank you, Raphael, for your encouragement. Gia Roy says, looks don't matter. Well, that's very nice to hear. Thank you very much once again for your vote of confidence there. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I know I'm not the most attractive man in the world. There are many, many more attractive people, especially on YouTube. Lots of sexy people on YouTube. Unfortunately, I am not one of those people. Parisa says your white beard looks sexy. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was not expecting so many compliments today, to be honest. Anna Rita says, I prefer you without the beard. I think so, yes. A lot of people, including Steve. Even Steve does not like my beard. He keeps hoping, I think he's wishing, that I will shave my beard away. I think so. Hello to David Mann. Do you go into lockdown or onto lockdown? If you go into lockdown, it means lockdown begins. Everyone must obey the rules of lockdown. So you don't go onto lockdown, you go into lockdown. So from tomorrow, here in England, we will go into lockdown again. For the second time. Can you believe it? Palmyra. Mr. Duncan, your beard looks like salt and pepper. I have heard this saying about aging men. Yes, I believe they do. So when a man becomes mature, older, they often say that his beard looks like salt and pepper because it is a combination of different colours. I think you're right. Yes, that's good. I like that expression. I have salt and pepper on my face. Yes, I like that. I like it a lot. Mr. Duncan, can you hear me? Well, I can't hear you, unfortunately, because you're too far away. Tanuin Sun. Mr. Duncan, can you hear me? Well, I can see you. So, yes, I can see that you are here. Beatrice, I think a lot of the women are getting very excited by my beard. I didn't realise that I was going to get such a response, to be honest. Why don't you shave in November? There is no reason for it, no special reason. The reason why I grew this beard was because I was going to film a lesson all about Halloween. So I wanted to have a beard so I would look a little bit scary. But apparently a lot of people like it. So I might keep it, you see. So in Italy, we are almost in lockdown in Italy. But lots of other countries, it looks as if some other countries are going to also do the same thing. Gia Roy. Hello, Gia Roy. What's going on where you are? Where are you at the moment? Are there any people in England? I'm very keen to find out if there are any people watching at the moment in England. What are you planning to do during lockdown? Will you be staying at home, watching television, and eating junk food like me? Hello, Erin. Every human being has on his face the characteristics which differentiate him from all his fellow humans. I think so, yes. We're all different. We all have things that are good about us and things that are not so good. Sometimes we are talking about a person's character, the way they behave, or maybe their appearance as well. So you can talk about a person's appearance. But I think it's a sad fact, and it is very sad, that we often judge people by their appearance, by the way they look. So if a person is maybe unattractive, or maybe a person thinks that someone is unattractive, their whole attitude will change towards them, which is a shame, really, when you think about it. I am going to have a cup of coffee. Yes, I have my flask of coffee here. Would you like to join me in a cup of coffee? Because now we are approaching 3 o'clock here in England. It is now 9 minutes to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes, we are live from England. Is there anyone watching in England? I'm very keen to find out. So here in Shropshire, which is where I live, we will be going into lockdown from tomorrow. So all of the places that we normally like to visit, the bars, pubs, some of the cafes, the restaurants, they will all have to close their doors once again. Sophie, hello Sophie. Sophie Barber is going to join me in a cup of coffee. So you're going to have a cup of coffee as well. That's great. Ond, hello Ond Infinito. I will start my e-learning classes next week. I am so happy because I missed a lot of my physics classes. Oh, I see. You are studying physics. Everything that exists. All the things that are around us. Physics concerns everything. Space, material, matter, everything. It's a very big subject, by the way. I think for many businesses, the lockdown will be catastrophic. Yes, I think so. I think you are right there. Thank you, Mary Roma, for your message there. Yes, I think it will be catastrophic. It's a great word. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a great meaning. If something is catastrophic, it means it is disastrous. It causes a lot of problems. Maybe a lot of damage is caused by something that is catastrophic, an event that causes a lot of harm, difficulty, destruction. Catastrophic. So yes, I think so. I think the next lockdown here in England will be catastrophic for many business owners, especially those who have small businesses as well. I think they will be quite badly affected. Badly affected. Lolly says, Duncan, can you shave off your beard and just keep your moustache? I'm not sure. I don't like moustaches. I don't think a moustache would suit me. Perhaps, now here's an idea, maybe I could just keep the front of my beard and just have a little goatee. You see? Goatee. So maybe I can have a goatee beard. So that means the beard is just at the front of your face. So at the sides, you shave that off and you keep the front. Maybe, maybe not. Mr. Duncan, is this sentence correct? I would give anything to live in a place with that sight behind you. Yes, that's a very good sentence. I would give anything. I would give anything to live in a place that has the same sight as you have, or the same view. So quite often we will describe something you can see as a view. View. So something you look at. Maybe we are talking about looking out of your window. You can have the view from your window. So you are looking at the things around you from your window. You are looking out of your window and you are enjoying the view. I like him like he is now. It is his best version. It would appear a lot of people do like my beard, I've noticed. I'm not going to be staying here for 2 hours. For those who are worried, I'm not staying for 2 hours. So you don't have to sit here for 2 hours. Don't worry about it. Please don't shave. It is fine. We like it. Isn't that nice? Please don't get wet, Mr. Duncan. Fortunately, I can't get wet because I'm underneath my gazebo. So I have something above my head to keep me dry. So don't worry about that. There is something above me keeping me dry. Having said that, it's also very cold today. It isn't very warm. It feels as if winter is now approaching. Winter is just around the corner. So here we go then. We are coming up to 3 o'clock. It's time to take a little coffee break. Would you like to join me in a cup of coffee? Okay then. So this is what I have here. I have my flask of coffee. So this is the thing that I use to keep my coffee hot. A very useful thing. If you ever go out into the countryside and you go out for a walk in the countryside, you will find one of these to be very useful, especially if you are going walking on a cold day. If you are walking out and about on a cold day, one of these can be very useful. So inside my flask, there is some hot coffee. Ooh. I can smell it already. So earlier I made a cup of coffee and I put it in here. So there is some coffee in here. Not only that, it is also hot coffee. Something to keep me warm. Oh, wow. Would you like a smell? Would you like to sniff my coffee? There it is. Okay. Ooh. Very nice. You can see that it's very hot because there is steam coming out of it. There it is, you see. Some hot coffee. So I've already put milk and sugar in this, so this is completely made coffee, so that I don't have to add anything else. This is all ready. So I'm going to pour a little bit of coffee out. There it is. Very nice. Just to prove that it's hot, very hot. So as we approach 3 o'clock, we are going to enjoy a refreshing drink together. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you are doing at the moment, whether you are in lockdown, whether you are sitting at home, perhaps you are in the office, maybe you are on the bus, going somewhere. Cheers, and stay healthy and stay well. That is very nice. Can I just say something? I know this is going to seem very big-headed, but I make the most amazing coffee. I hope one day I get the chance to make coffee for all of you. I really do. So this is great. Very nice cup of coffee in the garden. And the reason why I'm having it now is because it's a little bit cold. We had frost this morning on the ground. Hello, Maliha. Hello, Maliha. Thank you very much for your lovely flowers. Very nice indeed. Enjoy your coffee. I will try to enjoy my coffee as much as I can. It will keep me warm for the next few minutes. We have Israel here. Hello, Israel. Nice to see you here as well. Hello, Joanna. Hello, Joanna. Joanna Bovaletti says, enjoy your coffee. I am. I'm enjoying it very much. Do you know why I'm enjoying my coffee? Because I'm sharing it with you. That's the reason why. Very nice. Hello, Joanna. Greece. One of my friends. I have a friend called Sean. His name is Sean, and he loves Greece so much. He goes to Greece about 6 times a year, and he spends normally a couple of weeks in Greece. So one of my friends actually loves Greece very much. I would not be surprised if one day he moves away from England and maybe he will go to live permanently in Greece. Who knows? Yes, this is a thermos flask. The name of the company is Thermos. You might be able to see it. There. Can you see it? There it is. Thermos. So this is called a thermos flask. Thermos is actually the name of the company that make them. So this is a very useful thing to have during the winter months. If you are outside, maybe you are working outside, perhaps you are going for a walk outside, this is something very useful to have. Joanna says you should visit Greece as well. I've been to Greece in the past. In fact, the first place I ever visited by plane was Greece. My first ever trip in an aeroplane was actually on the way to Greece. I stayed on the beautiful island of Corfu. Wonderful place. So because I enjoyed it so much, I actually went there again the following year. So I've been to Greece twice. Both times I stayed on the island of Corfu. Very lovely, very nice. Amazing food. One of the things I remember about my trip to Greece, besides the nice weather, was the food. Wow. Please don't talk about food. Don't talk about food at the moment because I'm feeling hungry. Is Mr. Steve working now? Yes, Sylvia. Steve actually made a very brief appearance at the start of today's live stream. He did say hello, but unfortunately he is working at the moment. He is busy upstairs in the house, working in front of his computer, unfortunately. This is great, by the way. This coffee is amazing. I wish you could smell the aroma. Can you smell the beans? I hope so. Hello, Galina. Galina says hello from Belarus. Hello to you. Nice to see you here today. I hope you are keeping well where you are. Joanna. Oh, Joanna has some very happy memories of Corfu. I spent my honeymoon in Corfu. Well, that's all I'm saying. I hope you had a nice time. Did you actually go out onto the beach at any point? Or did you just spend all of your time in the hotel? Hello also. Oh, we have one or two people are watching today, but I can't read your names. Normally, if something is written in Arabic, then I can't read it from the screen, unfortunately. And also my Arabic isn't very good. I'm not very good at speaking Arabic. Maybe I should learn. Hello Sylvia, I went to Crete. It was amazing. I love Greece too. I think so. I think two of the things that I always remember about Greece was the food. Definitely the food. And also I remember a moment when Mr. Steve decided to hire a car. So we went out in a car and we drove all the way to the top of this very high mountain. But unfortunately, we almost destroyed the car. We didn't realise that as you went up the mountain, the road disappeared. So this little car that we were driving was being banged around, knocked around. Matt Lindell says, what does big-headed? A person who is big-headed is a person who will often boast about their abilities or maybe the things they have. A big-headed person will always boast. I'm so good at this. I am so brilliant. I am amazing. I am so incredible. Someone might say, Mr. Duncan, you are such a big head. Big head. So a person who has a big head is a person who often shows off. They will often boast about their abilities. Hello, Yi Min Ko. Hello, Yi Min Ko. Nice to see you here as well. This is my first time watching you live. Please take care during the epidemic period. I will. I can say now that I won't be going very far away from the house. I'm going to stay safe. I'm going to protect myself. I might also do some extra live streams as well during my lockdown period. So hello to Yimin Ko. Where are you at the moment? I'm always interested to find out where my new viewers are. Berlim for you. Hello Berlim. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining me. Your beard is great. Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. I wasn't sure if it looks good or not. It does make me look older. Definitely. Anna says the coffee, the smell of coffee is always delicious. You are right. One of the things I love doing is when you open a new jar or a new container of coffee. It's the most amazing experience. I don't know why. Whenever you open a new jar of coffee, it always smells amazing. The aroma is intoxicating. It really does feel nice. Oh, here's an interesting question. Mr. Duncan, do you ever practice exercise at home? When you say exercise, do you mean physical exercise with my body? Well, I don't exercise in the house, but I do like going for walks. So I like to keep busy, I like to keep active, and I suppose I like to keep fit as well. So yes. Yes, I do a lot of outdoor exercise. One of the good things about living in the countryside, of course, if you live in the countryside, it means you can go out and about very easily. Even during lockdown, because there are very few people living around me, it means I can just go out for a walk whenever I want. It's quite nice, really. Oh, there is a wasp. Can you see the wasp? A wasp landed on my coffee. Would you like some coffee, Mr. Wasp? It's okay, I don't mind. You can have a little bit if you want, although it might make you very excited. Benjaloon, you have... Why do you have a lot of hair on your face? It's a long story. Joanna, which part of England are you in now? I'm in a place called Much Wenlock, a very small town in the countryside. It is very close to Wales. Hello, Mr. Blackbird. Can you hear the blackbird? It's okay, Mr. Blackbird. You don't have to worry. I won't harm you. I'm just here doing my live stream on YouTube. I'm surrounded by animals all the time. Even if it's just Mr. Steve, you see. Nice landscape. Thank you very much. Yes, the garden behind me is Mr. Steve's job, you see. So all of the garden you can see behind me, that is Mr. Steve's job, not mine. I'm not very good at gardening, to be honest with you. Oh my goodness, if that was me with the wasp during the live chat, it would be finished with me yelling and screaming. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I like insects. Mr. Steve always goes crazy. If a fly or a wasp comes near Mr. Steve, he really does panic. He gets into quite a terrible panic, to be honest. Hello, kitty kitty. Hello, hello. Hello, kitty kitty. Yes, the birds are very busy today because they're eating some of the food that I've put out for them. But you might hear the blackbirds. So that strange sound you can hear, that's actually a blackbird, because the blackbird is afraid. So when the blackbird becomes afraid, it will make a sound to alert all of the other birds that there is a danger nearby. And that danger is me. That was nice. Did you have a drink? Did you have a nice drink as well? I hope so. I am missing Luis Mendez. Has anyone seen Luis Mendez? I also haven't seen Belarusia today. Has anyone seen Belarusia? I wonder where she is. Raphael says, I am afraid of wasps. One of the things you have to be careful of course, is wasps can give you a nasty sting. So I suppose that is one reason why a lot of people don't like wasps. I think so. Hello, Sunshine. Sunshine, you are most welcome here today. I could do with some sunshine right here, right now. From tomorrow, something is going to happen here in England. We are going into lockdown again. Some people are feeling rather annoyed, even at this moment. Right now, at this very moment, there are people complaining and protesting about lockdown. They don't want it to happen. Some people believe that lockdown is taking away your civil liberties, you see. So there are some people who believe that lockdown is a form of dictatorship. I'm not sure about that. I always like to think that most governments around the world have some interest in the safety and well-being of their people, even if sometimes it isn't very apparent. Talking of which, there is an election taking place. Have you heard about the election there is an election taking place. In fact, there have been a few elections taking place this year, not only in the United States. Joanna says, will you be spending lockdown in the countryside? Yes, I will. I'll be staying here at home during the lockdown, so I won't be going anywhere. I will be staying here, and so will Mr. Steve. So Steve will actually be working from home during this time. In fact, to be honest with you, for the past 10 months, Steve has been working from home. So I suppose for us, nothing is really going to change. There are going to be no real changes to our lifestyle. So everything will carry on just the way it has for the past 10 months. I think so. Hello, Nguyen Phuong An. Hello to you. I know where you're watching. You are watching in Vietnam. Hello, Vietnam. Ching Chao. Hello to you. Rosa says, we had elections on the 1st of November. Yes, there have been some elections taking place in other parts of the world as well. Many people talking about the United States, but there have been other elections taking place as well. Some of them have been peaceful and some of them not so peaceful. Can you please tell Mr. Steve that your garden is like a Claude Monet picture? Really? Oh, maybe I should stand aside. Would you like to have a look at the garden properly without looking at my big head right there? Let me just move out of the way and then I will talk to you for a little bit longer. So I'm going to move out of the way so you can enjoy the sight and also the sounds around me. I hope you enjoyed that. I thought I would let you have a little look at the scenery behind me so you don't have to look at my big face for too long. Can you hear the aeroplane going over? One of the things about living around here is we do get a lot of aeroplanes going over because there is a large airfield not very far away from where I live. So during the daytime you will find that there are many aeroplanes going over. Ond Infinito says, I feel as if I'm in an episode of Painting with Bob Ross. Who remembers Bob Ross with his happy clouds and his friendly trees waving? I used to watch Bob Ross many years ago. Just really showing my age now. Many years ago, I used to love watching his TV programs. They used to show them here in England as well. And he would paint these lovely landscapes, and he would always have happy clouds, and the trees would be waving and the stream would be flowing by. He would paint these amazing pictures. Very nice. Hello to Andy Lume, watching in Lambeth. Hello, Lambeth. Are you doing the Lambeth Walk? That is my question. Are you doing it? Oi! I am watching in the borough of Lambeth Council, Brixton, London. I'm a very long way from London, unfortunately, but I will send you a big hello from Much Wenlock here in Shropshire. What's the weather like in London? Are you looking forward to lockdown? How will you be dealing with lockdown? Hello, Malia. Fascinating view. So beautiful. It looks quite nice today because there is no rain and no wind. Because yesterday it was terrible here. We had a big storm. Everything was blowing around. But today it's much nicer. Thank you very much. Hello also to Do Tran. Do Tran, I believe you are watching at the moment in Vietnam. A big hello to Vietnam. Nice to see you here as well. For those who are wondering what I do, normally I teach English. I talk about the English language, but also I like to do these live streams as well. And the reason why I do these is because it gives you a chance to listen to English being spoken, and also you can hear it being used spontaneously. So all of the things I do here now, all of the things you are watching are spontaneous. There is nothing planned. There are no scripts. It's all completely spontaneous. So it gives you a chance to listen to English, and also it is a very good way of improving your listening at the same time. I love your garden, says Rosa. Many colours. Well, at this time of year we have the autumn season, which is one of the most beautiful seasons in England. So at this time of year you will see lots of lovely colours in the garden. Some of the leaves will be changing from green to red, or maybe from green to gold. Very nice. Do Tran, yes I am watching in Vietnam. Oh, Chin Shan to you. Very, very good. Very nice to see you here today. Nice to see so many people watching at the moment in Vietnam. Hello, can I say hello to Bolivia? We have Bolivia right now. It is a lovely, it's a sunny day in Bolivia. I wish it was sunny here. We're not having much sunshine at the moment. Richard Tex. Anna says, I don't know who Bob Ross is. If you search for Bob Ross on YouTube, I'm sure you will find some video clips of him painting his wonderful pictures. A very talented man, sadly no longer with us, unfortunately. Sadly. Joanna says, spontaneous is always nice. It is very interesting for learners of the English language. I think so. One of the best ways to learn any language is to listen to it, even if you don't understand everything that is being said. A very good way of picking up any language is by listening. And the reason why I like doing this is it gives me a chance to talk to you live, and also it gives you a chance to talk to me. Oh, yes, apparently there is a Bob Ross YouTube channel. So if you want to take a look at some of his paintings, there is actually a YouTube channel. It really does take me back to my childhood. I used to watch Bob Ross. His lovely paintings. There is something magical, not only about his paintings, but also his style of presentation, the way he presents his programs. It used to make you feel so calm and relaxed. I don't know how or why. Parisa says, I have been learning Dutch for about 8 months. How is that going? Is it going well? Good luck with your Dutch studies. Myanmar, once again, is saying hello. Autumn is my favourite season, says Unicorina. I think so. One of my most favourite seasons is also autumn, because it's so colourful. You get all of the beautiful colours of nature. And I suppose another one of my favourite seasons must also be spring as well, you see. So during springtime is when everything comes back out, when nature reawakes. Hello to Assam. Oh, I sometimes drink your tea, by the way. Hello to Assam. I am watching you from there. Thank you very much for joining me today in India. Nice to see you here. We have people all over the world watching. So many people are crazy about learning the English language. Don't forget, you can also catch me every Sunday. So I am live every Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time, and we are normally together for over 2 hours on Sunday. So next Sunday I will be with you for 2 hours as usual. Where is Mosen? I don't know. I've noticed that there are quite a few people missing today. Some of the people who are normally here on the live chat are not here today. Parisa says, Dutch is a hard language, but I have to learn it because I want to migrate from Canada to the Netherlands. Another very interesting place. I spent some time in the Netherlands, and it's very nice. Amsterdam, but of course you can explore all over the Netherlands. There are some beautiful scenic areas that you can visit. Some nice countryside as well. Vismaya. Hello, Vismaya. How do I know when my English is improving? That's a very good question. People who learn things, if you are a student learning something new, the only way to know how well you are progressing is to test yourself. But many people often make the mistake of assuming that their English level is worse or lower than it really is. So one of the hardest parts of learning something is knowing how well you are actually doing it. So is your level of English improving? Over time, you will notice the change. And one of the reasons why it's so difficult to notice the change as you are learning something is because it happens slowly. It happens gradually. So when you are learning something, you don't learn it quickly, you learn it gradually over time. My best advice is to keep doing it and don't give up. If you can understand Mr. Duncan, then your English is improving. I think so. Hello, Ha Nguyen, watching in Australia. Another place that at the moment has gone into lockdown. So I have a friend who works in Melbourne, and Melbourne is one of those places that has been really badly affected by COVID. So many parts of Australia at the moment have gone into lockdown, just like here in Europe as well. And for those who haven't heard, tomorrow here in England we are going back into lockdown again. Oh, we have Mexico here. Hello, Mexico. Jose Juan Vaquez Garcia is here. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Beautiful trees. Thank you for your classes. Thank you very much for joining me. It's very kind of you to say so. I will be going in a few moments. It is now coming up to 3:30 here in England. So I will be going in a moment or two. It is rather cold today. I will stay with you for about another 5 minutes, which also gives me a good opportunity to have some more coffee. Ooh. You see? Can you see what I did there? So I will stay for another 5 minutes, only because it gives me a chance, it gives me an opportunity to have some more hot coffee. Oh, look at that. I bet Mr. Steve is feeling jealous at the moment because I'm out here enjoying my lovely sweet coffee. Yes. Not only is it sweet, it is also very hot as well. Something to keep me warm. Where do you live in England, Mr. Duncan? I am talking to you live at the moment from a place called Shropshire. Shropshire is the county. It is the large area. And the place where I'm living is Much Wenlock. Much Wenlock. A lovely, peaceful little place, which also has coronavirus at the moment. Last week, one of the local shops here in Much Wenlock, some of the people working there, they all tested positive for coronavirus. Can you believe it? So it is now official. Coronavirus has arrived in Much Wenlock. Ah, that's a very interesting question. Talha Rocks. Can we do a Zoom video conference? Now that is a very good suggestion. Two problems. I don't have Zoom, and also I often find that if you have more than one person talking on a video conference, quite often the quality will become quite bad. So the secret of having a good connection on a conference call is making sure that you have a good internet connection, you see. Mr. Steve often has Zoom calls on his work. I think a lot of people are really sick of doing conference calls. I think some people hate it because they don't like being on camera, you see. They are shy, like me. What do you mean, no? You are so cheeky. Ooh. There is a helicopter going by. So as you can hear, that it's not always peaceful around here. Sometimes we have aeroplanes going over, sometimes we have helicopters going by. So it's not always quiet where I live. But I think it's a very good idea to have a conference call. It would be lovely if I could come on and do this and then have other people talking as well on the live stream. But the only problem is it's a little bit more technical, you see. And if you are getting involved, you have to have a good connection, or else everything just becomes chaotic. The secret is to have a good connection. I think so. Gaetano says, Mr. Duncan, tomorrow is the 5th of November. Yes. Traditionally, on the 5th of November, people will commemorate Guy Fawkes Night. Guy Fawkes was a guy who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament in London, but he was caught before he had a chance to do it. So we often commemorate that particular day with fireworks and also bonfires. However, tomorrow, nothing. There are no celebrations, no commemorations. So the 5th of November this year will be just a normal day. Nothing special will be happening besides lockdown. There is a little poem about the 5th of November. Remember, the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. I see no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. But tomorrow we have another reason to remember the 5th of November. It was the day when we went into lockdown for the second time. You are right. Oh, hello. Can I say hello to Switzerland? Hello, Switzerland. Nice to see you here. Greetings from Switzerland. Noep. Susie. Can I just call you Susie? Susie in Switzerland. Hello to you. Nice to see you here. You are more than welcome to join me. How many languages do you speak, Mr. Duncan? Over the years, when I was at school, I know I've told you this story before. When I was at school, I was very good at French. And when I went to live in China, I had to learn some Chinese. So I suppose over the years, I've had to learn other languages, especially when I was living in China, because I had to learn Chinese. And Chinese is one of the hardest languages to learn. It really is. And as for reading Chinese is almost impossible. The Chinese language is very complicated. Who is in quarantine? Well, when you say quarantine, the word quarantine is not really the same as lockdown. Lockdown just means that people have to stay at home. They can't move around freely. However, if a person is in quarantine, quarantine means you have to keep yourself away from everyone. You cannot come into contact with any other people at all, even people in your own family. So quarantine is a very different word, very different. Anna says, Mr. Duncan, we don't believe that you are shy. You seem so professional in front of the camera. Thank you very much. But I am quite a shy person in real life, very sensitive. My mother always said that I'm a very sensitive boy. Is she right? I don't know. Strauss. Hello, Strauss. Did you ever visit Russia? I've never been to Russia. However, I am quite fascinated by that part of the world. I would love to go to Russia one day. There are many parts of the world that I've never been to that I would love to visit, and Russia is one of those places. I would also like to go to North Korea just to have a look. You know, maybe one day. Can you have a day trip to North Korea? When I was in China, apparently you could go on holiday to North Korea for your holiday because the two countries are connected and they are very close to each other. A lot of people in China would actually go on holiday. They would spend their vacation time in North Korea. Interesting. One of my students, one of my adult students in China actually went on holiday to North Korea. And they said it was just like being in a normal place. There was nothing actually different, which I thought was very interesting. Mr. Duncan, Mr. Duncan drinks in a way that I feel like, oh, I see. So because I'm drinking coffee, you now want to drink some coffee as well. I have influenced you. Ooh. Do you find it hard to pronounce my name, Mr. Duncan? Yes, I do. I'm being honest. If there's one thing I like being, it's honest. Yes. There are too many consonants in your name. How can you pronounce a name that has only consonants? That's impossible. You can't just have consonants in your name. You have to have some vowels as well. I really want to meet you in real life, says Ha Nguyen. Really? Well, who knows? One day. Vietnam is another country that I would like to visit as well. I've always wanted to go to Vietnam, Japan. I've always been fascinated by Japanese culture as well. Also South America as well. Parts of South America. Very fascinated. In fact, I suppose it would be fair to say that I would like to visit every country on the planet before I die. Wouldn't that be nice? What is the secret of beginning to learn a new language? That is an amazing question. Well, if you want to learn a new language, first of all, you have to be enthusiastic. So before you even learn any new words, before you even study the language, you have to have some enthusiasm. You have to be very eager, very keen to do it. So I think enthusiasm, being excited about it. Oh, I really want to learn English. I can't wait to learn English. I'm so excited about it. So I think learning a new language, the first thing you need is lots of enthusiasm, because you can't learn a language quickly. You can't learn a new language in just a few weeks. It takes many months, sometimes maybe 2 or maybe 3 years to really master a new language. So I suppose it depends on how much you want to learn, how fluent you want to be in that language. I think so. There are only 2,000 people in Much Wenlock. It's actually more than that. It's around, I think it's around 5,000 people living around this area. But no, I don't know everyone, although it would appear that everyone knows me. I wonder why. Mr. Duncan, I have some bad news. The local shop where I buy groceries has run out of Jaffa cakes. What? What? No! You can't run out of Jaffa cakes. That's terrible. That's the worst news I've heard all day. I've started eating healthy cereal for breakfast, but unfortunately my local shop has run out of Jaffa cakes. I can't believe that. As you know, one of my most favourite things is Jaffa cakes. A type of sweet chocolate sponge orange snack Jaffa cakes. Something I eat quite often. What type of entertainment do you have in your town? We have lots of places you can visit. Lots of places to visit. We have bars, pubs, restaurants, cafes. All of them will be closed from tomorrow. So everywhere, virtually every place in Much Wenlock from tomorrow will be closed. Terrible. Terrible news. But I suppose if it will keep people safe, then we will have to do it. We will have to go ahead and do it, unfortunately. If I want to learn a new language, which should I master first? Listening or reading? Well, you do both of them. Never concentrate on just one thing. if you are learning a language, you have to listen to it, you have to get used to reading it. So, to be honest with you, you need to do all of those things together because they are all connected. Listening, speaking, reading, they are all connected. Maymit Nguyen says, when I see you, I always feel a lot of motivation to learn English. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. I'm getting lots of comments about my beard. Thank you very much. I will be going in a moment. Enthusiasm is the key. You are right. Adora Leah asks, do you like Colombian coffee? There is a wonderful place in Ironbridge. Ironbridge is a small town very close to where I live, and there is a wonderful place there that serves all different types of tea and coffee, and they also do Colombian coffee as well, which has a very unique taste. In fact, the coffee I'm drinking now is actually Colombian coffee. I'm not joking, it actually is. So there is a little bit of Colombian coffee going around inside my tummy at the moment. Very nice. Thank you for your company today. I am going in a moment for two reasons. One, I have been here for nearly 1 hour and 45 minutes. And the second reason is I'm freezing cold. It's very cold. My fingers are starting to freeze, unfortunately. So I will be going in a moment. What are the most popular TV channels in England? Well, there are many TV channels that you can watch on, maybe if you have cable or satellite. So we have a very big choice, a very large choice of TV channels that we can watch. Some people like watching entertainment channels. Some people like watching news channels. Other people like watching game shows or maybe something that is funny. How to become a passionate teacher like you. Vismaya, I suppose having an interest in something can quite often take over your life. It can take over your personality. One of the things I love doing is teaching. One of the things I love also is the English language. It has fascinated me since I was a child. So I suppose those two things have come together. And another thing I'm interested in is technology as well. So the reason why I'm doing this and the reason why I am able to do this is because I have all of these interests, all of these passions that have come together. So I can do this live on YouTube. I can talk about English. I can talk to you live and you can talk to me. If you have difficulty with something in English, I can always try to explain it to you. I don't mind doing that. But I suppose the passion is there already. If you really want to do something, if you love doing it, then why not do it? But I've always been interested in languages. I've always been interested in the English language, the way it's used, the way words came to be. I will say goodbye now. Infinito is going. I hope to see you on Sunday, Infinito, because I will be back. Something a little bit more controlled and organised on Sunday, because I will be back in the studio. Something more comfortable. Lots of interesting words, interesting subjects. We will be talking about all sorts of things next Sunday. Unicorina says, I love documentaries from BBC Earth, nature programmes, documentaries. two of the things that I'm very interested in. I love documentaries. I watched a very interesting documentary last night about King Canute. Have you ever heard of King Canute? There is one story that is very famous concerning King Canute. He was the king, and he was the king. He was a real person who was actually the king of England. And he went down to the sea. He went down to the coast, and he sat in front of the waves. And what he wanted to do, he wanted to prove that he was only a mortal person. He was just a normal person. Even though he was the King of England, he wanted to show other people that he didn't have any superpowers. He was just an ordinary person. So he said that he was going to try and stop the sea from coming in. He tried to turn back the tide, but he wasn't successful. So the reason why he did that was because he wanted to prove that he was just a normal, average person. King Canute. So yes, I did watch that last night. A very interesting documentary about one of the first kings of England. He was a Viking as well. So one of the interesting things about King Canute is he was also a Viking, one of the invaders of this land. Thank you, Mr. Duncan, for your teaching. Thank you, and bye-bye, everyone. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Dotran. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you for this big surprise. That's okay. It's my pleasure. One of the things I love doing is coming here, talking to you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been interesting. Something a little different, because we are going back into lockdown here in England. Anna says, Mr. Duncan doesn't just teach us English, he also teaches us about interesting things to eat. I know. I do like food very much. I can't lie about that. I do like food. Thank you, Farid. Thank you very much for your company. I am going now because I'm getting a little bit cold. I've been here for nearly 2 hours, standing outside. I will be back with you on Sunday. Don't forget, Sunday, I'm with you from 2 p.m. UK time next Sunday. And of course, Mr. Steve will be joining me as well in the studio. I hope you've enjoyed this. We are about to go once more into lockdown here in England. Whatever is happening where you are, I hope you stay safe, stay happy, keep well, and don't lose that smile on your face. Keep that smile. Show it wherever you are and wherever you go. Thank you, Berlim. See you later. Catch you later. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you also, Tala Rocks. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and also like this video. If you like this, please let me know. And you can also subscribe. See you on Sunday. Thank you, Lolly. Thank you, Grace. Grace Chin. Thanks for joining me today. Something different, something unusual. Yi Min Ko. Thank you, Mr. Duncan. See you soon. Please take care all the time. I will try my best to do that. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching me today. Thanks for following my live stream. And I will see you on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, which will be Sunday, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.